Okay, today, aujourd'hui, weld it. This is a lapse joint, and then ici, here, a butt joint. And these
in talk about Bruno, you're hearing Carolina and
now some people do this some people don't. This is this will neutralize the acid in that flux that we just put on. Some lead now. Well, it's not really lead, is it? It's an alloy. Tin and lead, I believe. And some tallow. A wood paddle. And that is as far as I go with lead. I just seal the joint and the rest I should use body filler. But to clean that up I'd use these, and I get all these from car boot sales for very small money. These you can adjust to make them straight or curved. So I'll just make that flat and then that will be done. And that is as much as I do with lead, and the rest will be done in body filler, Bondo. That's a sealed in joint now. So now the floors. This is my floor. This is front, right hand side. And over the centre, that looks perfect. And then as we get towards the side, towards the edge, we've got these holes. That's good. There's a dent there where it was picked up with a forklift truck. And that channel there is still full of fiberglass. Where is it? Still full of fiberglass, which is impossible to get out. So that will be staying there for now. And at the front, I've got to watch out for those. We've got a brake pipe and a, what is it? 2 brake pipes. So be careful with the cutter. And on the top, I'll put some light onto that. On the top I need to finish welding this because I couldn't reach that with the door in the way. And a distance shot. So I'm hoping I can replace it from here to here. But I'll clean this up and try and see where the rust finishes. But I will weld this up first. I need to weld these plug holes here. I'm going to weld these holes, which are into the supports that I put on. So welding first. Decision time. What I'd like to do is put the cut through here, and then when I put these in, if you imagine you could lay a piece of paper on there and it would go down and up and down and up and down and up without any wrinkles in. you'd have some wrinkles on the edge here where this bead stops, but I'd be able to, so we'd have too much metal on the ends here on this little flange. But I think I can overcome that in the kick shrinker. If I put the cut there, so we introduce that one as well, then we'd have to pre-stretch all of this here, pre-stretch all of these to be able to put that one in. If you imagine, you couldn't lie a piece of paper all over that. So I think I'm going to go for the cut there. I might have to do some small local repairs here, but that'll be much easier. Then working along here, I can put my cut almost anywhere there. But do I go, we've got a hole there. Do I put the cut this side or that side? But we'll have to pre-stretch that if I go that way. But really the cut's got to go there, I think, because that's, I'm not sure. I'll clean that up a bit more and see what it looks like. Then I'll just kick up that footwell a little bit. Still got to clean that up. That's really quite pitted there, but it very soon becomes good. And I think this flange here, this will grind off, and I'll be able to weld back to this flange again. So cut, maybe like that, along there and down there. There's a lot of shape going on there though, so that'll be a challenge. So there's my pattern on wallpaper. So I've marked the centre line of each of the ribs, for want of a better word, ribs all round. This is where I want to cut it, but I'm going to leave some extra there in case I need to put that one in as well. There I need an extra 20 millimeters. Here I'm going to allow another 10 millimeters. So cut that out. I think now I can cut the floor. There we are, some pieces in oak. Made to the shapes. We'll try that. Good morning. Various ways you can put these ribs in. I've used this method before. Screw a piece of hardwood to a board and clamp the steel on top and hammer it down. That works quite well. Quite a lot of ribs to put in here, and this is all waste all up here. But I could put these in with the folder, with the bender, but it will put the bend right to the end, and I'm wondering whether I can just put the bend in and then fiddle around with those ends to make them like that. Those I'll need to hammer form because they're in the centre of the panel. There goes something like that. Blank of steel, plenty too big. So I'm going to do a little test piece, see if I can fold it in the bender, because that'll be a lot quicker and probably neater. And then I just might have to shrink that end with a quick kick shrinker. Well, that gets the shape. Gets the shape okay. Just try it in a slot. Not bad. It's good to do a test piece. That's a little bit. That leg is a little bit high, a bit long. See if I can just bend that round now. Let's see if that will come round now. I haven't got much to hold it with here, which is a nuisance. It's obviously it's made it that shape. If I shrink this, maybe that will pull that back in. Let's straighten that up. I could tidy that edge. I think that's going to save me a lot of time and give me a very neat rib. Let's go for it. This is so heavy. So I'm going to move this rib. I'm going to move it all on the board a bit more. It's too tight. I've got nothing to grip there. Okay, ready for the first bend. And on that sample that I just made, I made these two gaps here 12 millimeters. I've changed these to 10 millimeters. So I'm just going to go for it, and if it turns out horrible, I've still got enough steel to chop that off, to cut that off and do another one. And I can just about do 10 millimeters in this, no less. Of course, if you're replacing the whole floor plan, you don't have to be exact with it. But this has got to line up with the old ones, the old parts. Well, it's given me a head start. But it's just all too close together, these, to get a good result. Right, let's see what happens now. Oh, wait. I think technically that's a shrink, really, isn't it? Only just. I'm still not sure I've got the bends the right way here. Of course, this is the important end, and that's worked out pretty much bang on. Oh, it is bang on. So, I mean, this end can be anywhere, but that end's got to line up with what's already there. So we'll curve this one up now. There's a small, where is it? A small divot in there. I put that blunt chisel in the vise. I just wonder if I can find it. think that's where is it? Acceptable. Right, I'm going to trim it all up to size now, get the old floor out and offer it up and see where it is before I put those in, because these have to line up and those have to line up, and trying to line them both up off a piece of paper is quite difficult.
Final. As the underdog, pillow her way into form at just the right time. A change of coach, however, the great Chuck Lafferty, a four-time world champion himself, although a career ended by a blow to the head with a pillow which was subsequently banned. So I think she's fighting for herself, but also for him. She starts to move now. Cotter struggling to find a response to this change of pace from Winkleman. Cotter hit low, that looks painful, but the umpire says it's fine. Cotter tries to respond, flailing from both sides, a hint of desperation in his attack, only landing glancing blows, trying high but no way through the fringe of Winkleman, a waste of energy. It's all going her way. We're talking about the crowd, roaring it on, both spectators on their feet, and one supporter's fallen asleep. The bell sounds and it sounds in victory for Winkleman. Cotter, a broken man on the ground, giving up his title.
Right, I've wrestled that into shape. Wrestled it into shape, and it fits. And I've tied it up from underneath. The green line is the new rib. The black line is where it originally was. I've just marked out where all the cross member is and so on. Screwed that down, and now I shall get that on there and eye it up. Right, and even just clamping it, that's and almost ready to weld in. Hopefully nobody spotted my mistake of knocking that one in the wrong way, so I had to flash it out and knock it in the right way. But that one I did properly. You can see you get quite a neat rib doing that. So I've got a hole to repair there and make that edge good to fit there, and then we're good to weld in. But that's it for today.